Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market, talk about Bitcoin, some other coins, let you guys know what's possibly going on. Bitcoin's going down. Probably don't need anybody to tell you that, down to 17,000, which actually, all in all, with things, all things considered, is actually not too bad for Bitcoin personally. I don't think so. Because the $10,000 Bitcoiners that were chomping at the bit for this 10K Bitcoin, most of them are nowhere to be found. Okay. Most of those guys were barking like a little freaking Chihuahua dog going, it's going to 10,000. It's going to 10,000. And you know where they are now? Nowhere to be found. They're Uber drivers or going, they went to McDonald's. They said, forget it. Bitcoin is dead. They're gone. There might be a couple left here and there, but for the most part, I've been noticing the sentiment. Not too many people anymore saying $10,000 Bitcoin because you know what we're going through right now? We're going through time-based capitulation, to wear people out in their mind. It's like that grinding rock on your mind. It just grinds and grinds, Doesn't really go down that much, but doesn't really go up. Sideways movement. The real bear market. 1970s bear market, shit goes sideways. It just grinds on your mind. If you invest in the S&P like 1968, you only made like 5% up into 1977 if you just bought and hold. That sounds pretty bad. So this is kind of like this situation, except in a smaller scale. So what I wanted to do, and by the way, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, help this guy, me, lonely me. I'm only by myself. And by the way, I don't work for anybody and nobody is paying me off. Okay. There's no way I can prove that. That's like a CZ thing. He's out there trying to prove to these people he's legit. I'm the same way. I'm telling you, I have my word on it. I can't be bought. I'm not going to be what's that Lark dude's name with all those followers, He gets these coins. Excuse me. He gets these coins and, hey, this is a great coin, right? He gets early investment. He's like a little miniature VC, and it pumps and then possibly dumps on your head. Don't have the proof of that. Just be careful of some of that stuff. People have a lot of followers. They get a lot of offers, guys. And the temptation to make more money, easy money, is there. Just something to think about. I just have an idea that lining their own pockets is going to be way more important than lining other people's pockets. But I want to have 5 guys with proof to give me, yeah, this guy made me money in the crypto market. And I have references. Yeah, that's how business is supposed to work. They don't do it in the crypto market, though. Talk about all these guys, they made money, little quotes and stuff. Some guys do it, but not a lot. Anyhow, I'll go over here to Binance, right? There's his article. Binance proofs, verbs, Otter, Mazars, posits all work for crypto clients, So now Mazars is under the fire. They're under the gun. Boom, 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 boom. Getting shot up a little bit. They're like, we're out of here, man. We're scared, man. Maybe they did something nefarious, man. Who knows what's going on here with Binance? But if you go to this article, Crypto Quant says that their on-chain crypto exchange Binance isn't exhibiting FTX-like behavior. So here's a positive article. You can go out there, you can get the negative and you can get the positive. Here's what I think about Binance, guys. Let's go over to Binance here. Binance is correcting a leg of some sort, whether it's this leg over here and it's coming down to correct it. So the deal is with Binance is that I think, really you want Binance to survive. If Binance goes down, it's not going to be good for the crypto market at all. Top 5 coin. Last time I checked, I think top 5 or top 6. Can't remember exactly where it is, but it's up there, guys. You need somebody legit. This is really, if you look at the overall picture, I watched the Binance CZ in his interviews. I actually thought he did a pretty good job. About the $2 billion deal right there was pretty obvious. If they got $2 billion from FTX for a clawback, could they pay it? It sounds like that they actually could pay it. If they got 62 billion, they could pay it, but they're just not going to pay it. They're in business like anybody else. And like CC said, he's going to let his lawyers take care of that situation. Okay. That's a different situation. You do have to let the lawyers take care of that. He was right. You just don't go, oh, here's your $2 billion back. Okay. You really have to legally, they're legally going to do that the right way. And that's with your lawyers. That's with the lawyers, guys, to take care of that. So what he said was correct. It was about the $2 billion supposedly they took from FTX. So Is that a liability? It could be a liability, but they'll have to figure that out. The legal teams on both sides will have to figure that out to see if that is the case. So you think about it, you're a business, you're not going to hand it over. Like, wait a second, get the lawyers to take care of that. So he says he doesn't have any liabilities. Other than that, he didn't really admit to that portion of it. So no other liabilities. And if that's the case, that's actually, they're set up for a good scenario. Now, the difference between Binance and FTX and crypto.com and these other exchanges is one thing that you notice about Binance is they didn't go crazy and advertise at the Super Bowl, did they? And they did no advertising. Like, it's down in Mexico City. FTX was all over the place on billboards and stuff like that. I had a picture on Twitter. And what else did Crypto.com did it? Crypto.com did it too. Huge advertising budget. Binance didn't do it. They didn't. Not that I can tell. So more than likely, Binance is probably, just based on that, is probably legit. I'm thinking this is all maybe legit. Now, the other thing is, too, I want to make you guys kind of aware of what I'm looking at, too. This is really traditional market folks going after crypto. This is not where they're trying to portray it. This is the Binance that's out from China or wherever they're from, whoever owns it type thing. And I think people are missing the point. This is really crypto against the traditional markets, that are out there. They don't like Binance. This is what I think that happened, possibly, guys. This is a possibility. I said this like over a month ago on a video for those that are paying attention, is that, there's some information there that FTX had done some damage to and set up, Luna, Three Arrows Capital, and did that. And I had a sneaky suspicion, I think CZ knew what was going on. And I think CZ probably did what he did based on the past behaviors of FTX. Really have a good shot. Will he admit to that? Of course he won't admit to that. I think that possibly could have gone on, and he saw the opportunity and he took it. Is that a good thing? It probably is a good thing, because if he continued to let it go on, imagine the mess that would have happened 3, 4, 5 years down the road. It would have been just a bigger bubble. So FTX, he took it out. It seems to me he took it out. And if Binance ends up being completely legit and they say what he's saying is true, they're not going to be able to do anything to Binance. But you can obviously see through the media and everything else that's going on is that they're trying to turn this out to make him look like the bad guy. Me personally, if he did everything legit, he wasn't the bad guy. He was probably more the good guy and took care of the bad actors in the space. See, that's the problem with decentralization. Decentralization works very well. The problem comes in is when you have the bad actors. That's the problem. That's the problem with any type of decentralization in a government. You can have decentralization kind of like without the government, minimize government, right? Problem is you get bad actors come in and screw it up. That's the issue. That's how I see it. So, there remains to be seen about Binance, guys. You do not want that coin. You don't want this one to falter. You don't want it to falter. I'm telling you, it won't be good for a short and medium term and maybe even long term in the cryptocurrency market. So, okay. So now back to Bitcoin. You can see right here on the daily chart, Bitcoin's trend was like that and it broke it. So it's into a new trend right now, coming down to below 17,000. Could it come down and play in this area and then get back up into here? Possibly it could, or maybe it's going to go with the traditional markets and just continue to trek down and get back down here, guys. You have a good shot of that. And what I'm looking at with, let's go to a weekly chart, is Bitcoin finally getting down probably into these areas to the box area is what I'm going to suspect right here with that. That's the area that I'm checking out. Not a $10,000 Bitcoin, not yet. I don't think it's set up for that. Usually you can see that leg here, you got a leg there. that leg, it's going to be as long as that leg. So you could just take, probably took FTX to make that leg. If you do a 1-to-1, it's right at the bottom. You can see right down there. If I blow that up a little bit for you, a 1-to-1 on that leg from that peak. If that was the peak, a 1-to-1 is right down there at 13,600. That if it was this long, which is a pretty aggressive dump. So you're looking at, let's say, top of there to bottom, 26%, and then another drop of potentially 25, 26%, possibly. Okay, you get back down there, and I think you have a good shot of Bitcoin forming a bottom or going through a bottom forming process in that area, in my opinion, guys. Okay, so now for the other coins that I'm looking at right now. Oh, the other thing is the DXY. The DXY is due for a reversal, guys. It just might take it some time, and it probably already could be in that reversal area. So if the DXYs come down, you can see this this bullish divergence that it made right here a little bit, and right there. So it could be in a reversal area. So that'll send the traditionals and Bitcoin back down, more than likely. Not 100% all the time, but it could. And the traditional markets are going to be going down. It appears so. It looks like to me, looking at the Dow Jones Industrial, guys, Dow Jones Industrial probably is formed a bottom and it's coming down to correct that leg. Okay. A reason I say that is that it came up into this wave and now it's coming down on the 12-hour chart. Let me go to a daily chart. Coming down to a daily chart, or the RSI right here, and it could swing back up and come back down and make a leg down here. And if this RSI is going to be getting down here to reset this whole leg, and it's still up above this low from October, September, it could be, the Dow Jones could have bottomed, guys. It really could. The NASDAQ could come down and take out its low. This right here is because of these assets right here, guys. This is the reason why the NASDAQ, you got the, going to Amazon, you take a look at Amazon, guys, like Amazon right here, okay? You see Amazon is correcting its leg. It's coming back down. Here's the monthly chart, and you can see this monthly chart is Amazon's it's correcting that whole cycle right here from September of 01. It looks like Amazon is correcting that whole cycle, guys. So that's pretty massive for Amazon right there. That's pretty massive, guys. What's another coin that I was looking at for that to give you guys an idea? Microsoft. Let me look at Microsoft. Microsoft is similar. It's a leg right here from 09. It's going up, and it's getting down pretty deep. It's attempting to correct that whole cycle again and reset. You can see right here. You see on Microsoft, this is pretty much the trend right there to there, and it's broke it, and then it's coming down and correct that whole cycle, guys, on Microsoft. That's why the NASDAQ just looks like crap. What's another coin that's on the NASDAQ? Netflix. Going back to Bitcoin chart, there's another one, Meta or Facebook. Take a look at Facebook, guys. And I think Facebook's done a pretty good bounce last time I checked it. Yeah, so Facebook reset its whole cycle, guys. Facebook did your picture perfect wave 2 crash. That is, if you go over to the Dow Jones Industrial or S&P 500 in 1929 in a wave 2 crash, the crash of all crashes right before the Great Depression, you can see that right there. Bam. You see that monthly RSI, guys? You're not going to see that with Facebook probably for a long time. You're not going to see the monthly RSI. Once it's done with this correction, if it's done, and it could be done, you're not going to see the monthly RSI down there for years, probably, guys. For years. That right there was a good opportunity. I had made a video about a month ago. How long ago was this? Yeah, about a month ago. I said, yeah, that was probably your shot right there, and it's already up 44%. Okay, so That's why the NASDAQ is down. Those coins are not coins, but these stocks are on the NASDAQ, and that's why the NASDAQ looks the way it looks, and it didn't really go up because the big players in it are running the show. And you can see here with the NASDAQ that it just went up a little bit, and now it's coming down to correct it, and probably will break that low. And down here in the monthly, it's slowing down a little bit. And it looks like the NASDAQ is making a shot to correct this cycle from February 09 and get back down there, guys. Where it's going to end up, good question. It could come back down here on the monthly and reset everything and get ready for another wave run, potentially. Or the NASDAQ could come down and then swing back up, break all-time highs, and then swing like this. This could happen too, guys. You know, here comes down. It could go back up like so in some sort of wave and then have a massive crash like that. And then in the RSI, you can see something like this comes back up like so, a little bit more bearish divergence, and then boom, it comes back down, something like that. That's more typical of a wave four, but that could happen with the NASDAQ. Okay, it could happen. You know, like this whole thing right here. Okay, this is a wave down. This is the .com crash, and it went up. Okay, some people are counting this as some sort of impulsive wave. It's not. You can see right here in the RSI, it went up into a wave. You can see a connector wave right here, and then it went up into a wave right there. So you can see right here and a connector wave. So this is a 3-wave move, a 3-wave move, and then a 5-wave move. Okay, right back down here and finished off that crash. Okay, so you can see, you know, could you have something up here like this? You could, but typically wave 2s don't make a move. That's a wave 4 like that. Okay, so I don't think that's going to happen. The reason I don't think that's going to happen is if you take a look, let's take a look at the S&P 500 on a monthly chart. You see the S&P 500, that was this massive wave 4, and the other massive wave goes with this wave. This is the crash from 1929 up in here. You can see this is your 1-2, your 1-2 right there. That's what happens. It came out of there. And this whole thing is your 3rd wave. This right here is your typical, that's your 4th. That was the 1970s bear market. Why did it do a bear run right there? You can see this is your A, your B, your C, your D, and your E. That's your wave 4. That's your wave 4 of your 3rd wave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a massive wave 5 right there. So here's your 4th wave, your massive correction on your 4th wave for the S&P 500. And this, in my opinion, on the S&P, this is the wave 1 of the 5. So more than likely, the S&P 500 has another wave here, a 3rd wave, back down, a 4th wave to complete its whole cycle years down the road. That's what I think is going to be going on. Okay. And then you look at the overall picture, you see how long this wave 1 was right here. It went from basically 1872 back up to 1929, wave 1 crash, or wave 2 crash, excuse me. This wave 5 is probably going to be somewhat similar in length to that wave 1 over here, guys. Okay. So a lot of people are calling for a 2008 style crash over here. I don't think it's set up for it. If it is going to be set up for something like that, it'll need to come back down and then probably come up into a wave and come and crash like that. That's what I would think. Something similar to that, but more than likely, because you have this massive crash right here, this massive correction right here, you're probably not going to have some sort of massive correction in that area. Okay. It probably needs to trek up a little bit more before you start seeing the massive crash of all crashes that some people are talking about. Okay. That's just my take on it. And how does that relate to Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market? Well, if they are going to, let me go to a 12-hour chart on Bitcoin. If they are going to be doing a trek back up, probably during the time of the Fed pause, which, by the way, if you look at what the market expects with the federal rates, I can't find the chart off the top of my head. I saw it briefly on a YouTube video. The Fed is looking to do another 50 basis point rate hike in February. This is what the market, it's a market sentiment on it in February, and then a 25 in March, and they'll have a pause all the way through into September. And the market's predicting that's based off the bond market, and then September will have a potential rate lowering or a pivot. I don't think that that's going to happen. Honestly, that's what I think. I think that it's going to have the Fed will do the pause in March, and then the rest of the year it'll just keep the rates high. That's what I would suspect. And what does that mean for the markets? The markets, once those rates are paused, they can make a move up. Whether it's going to be in a bullish move and then do a correction, or it's going to go into a corrective move to do another crash, remains to be seen. But either way, at the end of it, I think 2023, there'll be some moves going this way for big crypto market and also the traditional markets after they're done with this correction right here. So one more down for Bitcoin, possibly the traditional market's going to be doing the same thing and take Bitcoin down with it. And then that will probably be the opportunity to get into, Bitcoin and some other coins in the cryptocurrency market. This is a coin I'm getting into is Amplify. I've gone over that. That's a little bit high risk play, but personally right now, I don't have as much money in this coin as I do, obviously, as I would in Bitcoin, but I actually feel a little more comfortable, and I use the word feel, but I feel a little more comfortable having coins in this right now than I do in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's going to go down. If you want to short it, that's probably a better deal for a Bitcoin. Okay. And then the other one I wanted to go over with you guys is KASPA. And take a look here at KASPA on the 12-hour chart. It is doing a really good job of resetting its whole cycle. It's all the way down there. I went ahead and picked up a little bit of KASPA for half a penny right there. And could it come back down on top of that wave? It could, or top of that wave, it could. With KASPA here, you want to be aware of, here's this three-wave move, could come back lower. You want to be aware of something like this. Three-wave move back down, and it might do a three-wave move back up, and it might come back down like that. Now, typically with these younger coins that just came out, like it started making this move in October 22, they don't have a bunch of trading bots and computers involved into them yet, and they do more traditional moves. So for those that are following my channel, just to let you guys know, there is when it comes to Elliott wave. So here's clearly a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5-wave move. In Elliott wave, you have old Elliott wave theory where you just have 5-wave moves, and then you have ABC moves. Okay. You have 5 with ABC. That's old Elliott wave theory. Okay. You have 5 and a 3. Okay. Whether it's going up or down. Okay. So, and then new Elliott wave theory, you got the old, what's called the WXY. Okay. So WXY, you have an ABC right here, ABC, and then you could have like an ABC over here and any type of corrective move right there. And the reason these are coming out with new Elliott wave theory is because these right here involved with the more institutional trading, bigger traders, more money, more logical type thinking, less behavioral type emotional action, and then also computer bots. So that's why you get these crazy moves and hard moves to determine or suss out with Bitcoin or Ethereum. XRP is a really good example. XRP makes terrible waves. It's very difficult to suss out a lot of what's going on with it. Why? Because computer bots, algos, leverage traders are in there just making more of the WXY waves. Okay. So with this coin, more than likely, it's not going to be doing like that. It's going to be like Bitcoin was back in 2009, 2010, just making traditional moves, up in 5, back in 3, do a correction, start blast off again. Okay. So I do believe with KASPA, I looked into it. I did a little more fundamental checking into this coin, and I do like it. I do like it. I think it's pretty decent. I'm going to keep looking into it. I haven't found anything that's raising a bunch of red flags yet, but I think there's very promising. And then you have a really good shot with this coin, KASPA. Like I said, I'm not paid by these folks, guys. I don't know anything about it. I'm just going off the chart, what I'm seeing right now, and all the evidence. And then you have a good shot that this is like Bitcoin in 2009 or 2010 right here, guys. Okay, it's at half a penny, and sometime in the future, this thing could be at 7 cents, maybe even 10 cents, guys. Especially if the cryptocurrency goes bullish, you probably see it up there, maybe even at 30 cents or something like that. It's going to do pretty well. It has the potential. I just say it has the potential to do really, really well. If you made all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.